Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night, your leg frozen in pain, like it's locked in place? You're not alone. For millions of Americans over 60, leg cramps don't just ruin sleep, they ruin confidence. And here's the part no one tells you. Sometimes the real fix isn't in a bottle, but on your plate. You might be thinking, is there actually something I can eat that helps with this? In today's video, we're diving into 3 everyday foods that aren't just tasty. They're backed by science to calm your muscles, soothe your nerves, and help you sleep cramp-free. No medication, no complicated routines. And the last one? It's a drink that works while you sleep, quietly restoring what your body loses overnight. You'll want to stay to the end for that one. So let's start with something sweet, familiar, and surprisingly powerful. 1. Bananas, the gentle muscle whisperer. You've probably heard it before. Eat a banana if you're cramping. But let me ask you this. Do you actually know why bananas help? Or more importantly, do they help everyone the same way? Most people assume bananas are just a sugary fruit. But to your muscles, there's something else entirely. A single medium banana gives you around 400 milligrams of potassium. That might not sound like much until you realize how essential that mineral is to muscle function. Now here's where it gets interesting. Potassium helps control how your muscles contract and relax. And when you don't have enough of it, especially at night, your muscles misfire. They tighten, spasm, cramp. For seniors, this imbalance happens more often than you think. Why? Because as we age, our ability to hold onto fluids and electrolytes fades. Add in medications like diuretics or blood pressure pills, and suddenly your potassium levels drop without warning. So when that cramp hits at 2 a.m., it's not just bad luck. It's your body sounding the alarm. But here's the twist. Eating one banana isn't a magic bullet. Studies show it doesn't immediately spike potassium in your blood the way a supplement might. Instead, bananas work quietly in the background. They're like that calm friend who helps prevent arguments before they start. One banana a day may not cure last night's cramp, but over time, it helps your body stay balanced and less prone to those painful episodes. And that's not all. Bananas also contain vitamin B6, which supports nerve function. If you've ever felt that strange tingling in your feet or experienced restless leg at night, that could be your nerves asking for help. This humble fruit feeds both muscles and nerves without needing to be cooked, blended, or measured. Now let's talk real life. How should you eat bananas for the best results? It's actually simpler than you think. In the morning, slice one over oatmeal. Midday, pair it with a handful of almonds for a magnesium boost. Want something soothing before bed? Blend it into a smoothie with Greek yogurt and a dash of cinnamon. Perfect for relaxing both body and mind. But don't just eat bananas mindlessly. The size and ripeness matter. Riper bananas have more sugar. Greener bananas digest slower and help with blood sugar control. If you're watching your glucose, stick with small, firm bananas. Just as effective, but gentler on your system. Now I know what you might be wondering. Is potassium really the secret behind all cramps? Not quite. It's part of the picture, but only one piece. Because what if your nerves are misfiring, not just your muscles? Or what if your hydration is off and your cells are thirsty? That's why bananas are a great start, but not the whole solution. If you've made it this far, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried eating a banana regularly and noticed a difference? Or maybe you've given up on food helping at all? Drop a comment below. I read everyone. Tell me your experience. Maybe your story helps someone else who's just starting their journey. And stay with me, because up next is a food that works deeper. It doesn't just relax your muscles, it rebuilds them from the inside out. Let's crack open the truth about eggs. 2. Eggs, the nerve protector you didn't know you needed. If bananas help balance your muscles, then eggs go deeper. They help protect the system that controls your muscles in the first place, your nerves. And here's something not many people realize. The older you get, the more your nerves need protection. Let me explain. Have you ever had a cramp that felt like it came out of nowhere? Like your body just glitched for a second? That's not always about muscles. Sometimes it's your nervous system misfiring. And at the heart of that system, quietly holding everything together, is a vitamin called B12. Now, B12 isn't some exotic nutrient. It's essential. It helps maintain the myelin sheath, which is the protective coating around your nerves. Think of it like insulation around electrical wires. Without it, signals between your brain and your muscles start going haywire. That's when things twitch, tighten, and seize up. And guess what? As we age, we absorb less B12 naturally. Some people don't absorb it well at all. Medications, reduced stomach acid, even just time itself, it all chips away at your B12 levels. So, where do eggs come in? Eggs, especially the yolk, are a rich natural source of vitamin B12. They also contain vitamin D and high-quality protein, exactly what aging muscles and nerves need to repair, restore, and stay strong. And unlike supplements, eggs deliver these nutrients in a form your body actually recognizes and can use right away. So no, they're not just breakfast food. For seniors dealing with nightly cramps, eggs are a form of maintenance, keeping the nervous system humming, the muscles supported, and recovery on track. You might be wondering, what if I'm watching my cholesterol? That's a fair question. Here's a simple solution. Try one whole egg with 1 or 2 extra egg whites. That way, you get the B12 and vitamin D from the yolk and still load up on protein without going overboard on fat. And don't think you have to stick with plain scrambled eggs. Try this instead. Cook them with spinach for an extra magnesium boost, or top them with a sprinkle of turmeric to fight inflammation. Breakfast, lunch, even a light dinner, eggs are versatile, easy to digest, and affordable. In fact, they're one of the best muscle recovery foods for older adults after walking, stretching, or even physical therapy. Now here's something fascinating. A clinical study published in the Journal of Clinical Pharmacology showed that seniors who took a vitamin B complex, specifically B1, B6, and B12, experienced up to 86% reduction in the frequency and intensity of leg cramps. That's not small. That's life-changing. Eggs alone won't deliver that full complex, but they're a reliable part of a larger system your body needs. So let me ask you, when was the last time you ate an egg? Not just because you were hungry, but because you were healing. Have you ever noticed if cramps became less frequent when you added more protein or vitamin-rich foods into your day? Let me know in the comments. What's your go-to way to eat eggs? Is it part of your routine, or have you overlooked them until now? Because sometimes the answer is sitting quietly in your fridge, waiting to be part of your solution. But there's still one more piece to the puzzle. You've got minerals from bananas, nerve protection, and repair from eggs. But what happens when your body is simply dehydrated, when you're low on electrolytes and don't even realize it? That's when things tighten. That's when spasms hit hard. And that's where our next remedy comes in. It's not a fruit, it's not a meal. It's a drink that works behind the scenes, restoring balance, drop by drop. Let's talk about coconut water. 3. Coconut water, the silent night rehydrator. Now let's imagine this. You've stretched before bed. You've eaten well during the day. You even tried a banana and an egg. But at 3 a.m., your leg still locks up in pain, and you have no idea why. What if I told you the missing piece might be water? But not just any water. Because plain water, while essential, doesn't give your muscles the minerals they need to stay calm and balanced. And that's where coconut water steps in. Quiet, gentle, powerful. Coconut water is what nature would create if it wanted a sports drink, without the artificial colours, sugars, and chemicals. 1 cup of it contains about 600 milligrams of potassium. That's more than a banana. But it doesn't stop there. It also gives you magnesium, a little calcium, a bit of sodium. The perfect blend for maintaining muscle relaxation. Now here's what makes this so important for seniors. As we age, our bodies naturally lose water more easily. Combine that with common medications, especially diuretics for high blood pressure, and you've got a recipe for electrolyte imbalance. That imbalance? It's what causes those late-night cramps that feel like your legs turned against you. The fix isn't to drown yourself in fluids. It's to replenish smarter. Coconut water hydrates and restores, and it does it without overloading your system. Some people ask, can't I just drink Gatorade? Well, if you want a blast of sugar and salt, sure. But most seniors don't need that. They need minerals, balance, calm. Coconut water gives that in a clean, gentle form your body actually uses, especially when it's winding down for the night. When should you drink it? Try having a small glass after a walk, a light gardening session, or in the evening before bed. That way, your muscles and nerves have the support they need to recover while you sleep, not during the day when you're distracted, but at night, when your body finally has time to restore. And if you're worried about sugar, stick to unsweetened, no-pulp versions. Some brands sneak in additives. Read the label. Good coconut water has one ingredient: coconut water. But here's what really sets it apart. A small clinical trial found that coconut water actually helped reduce cramping more than plain water after physical exertion. And while the study was small, the result was clear. It works better because it replaces what you lose, not just the fluid. Now I want you to think about your own routine. Have you ever gone to bed a little dehydrated? Maybe skipped water because you didn't want to get up to use the bathroom? It's okay. Many people over 60 do the same. But that tiny act, skipping that evening hydration, might be one reason your legs scream for help while you sleep. So here's the question. What if just a half cup of coconut water before bed could be the change you've been needing? Let me know. Have you ever tried it? Did it help? Or are you just now considering adding it to your routine? Drop a comment. Share what's worked or what hasn't. Because this journey isn't just about science. It's about figuring out what works for your body one night at a time. Now, let's step back for a moment. You've learned how bananas can gently replenish your potassium, helping muscles contract and release smoothly. You've seen how eggs repair your nerves from the inside out, keeping communication flowing between brain and body. And now, you know coconut water quietly hydrates you in the background, delivering the minerals your muscles crave without overwhelming them. What happens when you bring all three together? Something powerful, something simple, something sustainable. Let's bring it home. Maybe you've been living with leg cramps for months, maybe even years. You've tried stretching. You've tried rubbing it out. You've even tried sleeping in strange positions just to avoid another 2 a.m. wake-up call. But night after night, it keeps happening. Here's what I want you to remember. Cramps are not random. They're your body's way of waving a red flag, telling you it needs help. Not from another pill, not from another quick fix, but from the right kind of support. Real, natural support. And that support might already be in your kitchen. Bananas to calm the muscles, eggs to nourish your nerves, coconut water to quietly rehydrate and balance. Together, they're not just food, they're a rhythm, a ritual. A simple way to give your body what it's been asking for. Imagine what it would feel like to sleep through the night without jolting awake, to get out of bed and stretch without pain, to finally feel in control again. So I want to hear from you. Which of these three have you tried? Have bananas or coconut water made a difference for you? Or maybe eggs helped you feel stronger in ways you didn't expect? Drop your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if you know someone who's struggling with nighttime cramps, share this video. You never know who it might help. And of course, if you're passionate about living healthier after 60, naturally and without overwhelm, be sure to subscribe. This is Senior Health, and we've got so much more to explore together. Until next time, sleep well, stay strong, and keep listening to what your body's telling you.